Hi, I'm Michelle Stonemore. I don't have any experience in comprehensive planning. I am building my dream home here right now. It's almost done, thank goodness. My husband and I have built it so that it could be our forever home, so I plan on spending, God willing, the next 50 to 60 years of my life here. So I have a vested interest in the future of this township. So that's what I can bring to this committee.
Good answer, thank you.
My name is Kara Sheridan. I'm at 58 North DePauli Road. I'm a couple of months ahead of her, but I built my dream house on North DePauli Road, so I plan on I'm here for the long term for sure. I have also no experience with comprehensive plans. As a matter of occupation, I work for Microsoft Corporation, so I have a technology background. So as we look to the future, I'm sure that will have some impact on what we look to do in the township. So that's how I would hope to contribute.
That's a great asset. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Linda Boswell. I live at 1921 Rising Road. I have no background in comprehensive planning. I'm semi-retired. I retired from a steel company and I was responsible for corporate governance. And now I dilly-dally in horticulture.
Very well.
Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Schrader. I'm a former Cecil Township Supervisor. I'd like to shed a little bit of light on what was done in 2015. I know it was mentioned tonight. We had started to work on a comprehensive plan at that time. Dawn, maybe you can help me out. I remember the company that was doing it for us, though. The gentleman passed away suddenly on us, and it basically kind of threw a mess into the whole thing to keep it going. And it was in, I think, June and July of 2015 when we were working on that. So we do have some things done. Some of the work that was done when you do the comprehensive plan, you talk about the history of the township. You include numbers, and you include numbers from other townships around you to show how yours compares to them. Those were done in that plan from the 2000 to 2010 census in 2010. So actually, they're going to be obsolete here real soon when the new census is done in 2020. So whatever we do on this whole plan, maybe it's something we look about being able to plug the new numbers in with the new census coming up.
Yeah, Olson Engineering was the firm that we engaged. Jeff, unfortunately, had passed away.
Yeah.
I understand Ron from Olson Engineering is here, and he'll probably maybe get some talking points later after the residents introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Jason Krupp. I've been a resident here for, I think, 10 years, and I've been a member of the Planning Commission for the last 4.
Good, thank you.
And prior to that was very active in coming down to township meetings, letting my voice be heard, and listening to the opinions of others. And trying to guide the township in the direction that's best for everyone who's here and that everyone who's going to be here. I look at what we have and what we've done. And right now we're working off a comprehensive plan that was put together in 1998. I believe South Point, first business that opened in South Point was 1996. So we were just beginning. The people in place at that time, I'm going to guess, were just beginning to understand the impact that South Point was going to have on this community. At this point, we're looking at potential developers wanting to expand this. We've had South Point 1, we've now had South Point 2. We have another developer looking at creating a development across the interstate from there, Coal Valley. Thank you. And we have this plan here that I have a copy of from 2015. It was never ratified. And even since then, 576. I think a lot of people knew that the state and the Turnpike Commission was thinking about something like that. But in 2015, I'm not entirely sure that anyone thought it was actually going to happen And now, here it is. And we're not ready for it. And that's a problem. So we need to put a plan together, not only to, deal with the issues that we're dealing with today, but we also need to look forward to, what's going to happen 5, 10, 15 years down the road, because this is a plan that's going to have significant impact on us today and all future residents. So,
You're good.
that being said, that's kind of what I have to bring to the table is my passion for seeing things done correctly, and for looking ahead and figuring out what can happen and figuring out what to do about it. My profession is I'm a safety director for Sunmark, headquartered up in South Point, and so I spend my entire day figuring out what could possibly go wrong and how to keep that from happening. So it's something I think would be very helpful here.
You're good. Jason, and just if I may tie on that, I had conversations with Cindy as well as Frank, but so not only to comply or put things in here that we need to get up to speed on, but I think that we shouldn't be afraid to dream. We shouldn't be able to, put the ideas out there on what, if it's something we want to dream about or have in place 30, 50 years down the road. Let's put it on the table. If it's something that we could work towards. Somebody had said, what if there was a destination point in Cecil Township? What if there was a Kennywood Park? Well, that's what I want to hear. Don't be afraid to dream. Let's put those ideas out there, even if it's something that may happen in 30 or 50 years down the road. But let's not be afraid to dream and make Cecil Township the best possible. Thanks.
Bill Cass, 2 Hillcrest Drive. I agree with a lot of what Jason just said. I also think it's a chance for the residents who were born and raised here or even moved here for a certain country atmosphere to get some say in it before it's too late, before it's overdeveloped. Who speaks for the residents that are stuck in their homes that are 60, 70 years old, that can't afford more school taxes, more development, because it seems like everything's going up and there's no... I would like to know if you're going to build Coal Valley, or let's just say a housing development, there's 500 houses. If it brings $100,000 in revenue, $150,000 in services, who picks up that extra 50 grand? If you can tell me there's a study saying that we can develop and make money and the rest of the township will benefit, that's what I want to hear. And I also know there's poor communication in this township, and a lot of people don't get it too late. I mean, once it's up to the board, once it's been zoned, once the planning commission approved, it's too late to do anything. I'm hoping this is a vision for the township, that people can actually have input and decide how much green space they want to have, how much development they want to have. And that's all, and we have to make some decisions, because development is not free, and the public service costs, and the township has to maintain their infrastructure, whatever they build.
Hi, I'm Barbara Hamilton. I live in Maple Ridge, and actually my zip code is 15317 outside of South Point, but we're all part of Cecil as well,
So
Cecil Township as well.
I have 15317 too.
I've always had volunteerism as a huge part of my life, and most recently I have served for a period of time, for about 5 years I lived in Peters Township, and I had served on their zoning appeals board. I've served on 3 different homeowners association boards in this area. I am on the planning commission currently with Cecil Township, and also the historical society. I'm involved with that as well. I'm a licensed attorney by trade, and hopefully some of that experience would bring something to the table. But I'm very passionate about Cecil Township. I always thought that I grew up in the city of Pittsburgh and lived a good bit of my life in Pittsburgh. And I've lived in the South for the last 17 years, 12 of which has been in Cecil Township. But I always thought that I wanted to move back to the city of Pittsburgh, but the longer I've been here, I have absolutely no desire to leave Cecil Township. This is my home. I want to be here. I want to give as much as I can to the community. And this is the place to be, and I think this is the place we can invest in the future.
Very nice part.
Hi, I'm Christy Bedovich. I live in Cherry Brook, and I'm here because I have some experience with local government affairs. I actually do that for my job. And I am passionate about the idea of planning ahead and creating and addressing all of the what-ifs. I've read a few comprehensive plans in my day, and I really want to see what we can do as residents to help grow Cecil in the best way possible. Not to necessarily say overdevelop, but to grow it as a community. So that is why I'm here.
Very nice.
My name is Dave Mortensic. I live on Rising Road. Been a resident of Cecil for a little over 22 years. My background is in construction. I was a building inspector for 33 years. Worked with zoning just about every day. Currently served on the zoning hearing board. Previous to that, I served on the planning commission for 5 years. I would love to see Cecil grow too, and a lot more commercial come into Cecil. I'd like to see Route 50 corridor basically commercial. I'd love to see 980 commercial. The state roads, I'd love to see commercial to build, like restaurants, whatever, bring some revenue back in. That's all really I have to say.
Well,
Hi, everybody. My name is Tim Markovich, 1009 Mayfair Drive, 48-year resident of Cecil. I actually grew up on 980 going into McDonald. Furthest I got was Penn State and came back. Up to last year, I have a vast knowledge, obviously, of the township. Up to last year, I sat on the Sewage Authority Board for 5 years. And one of the biggest reasons I come to this tonight is for the fact that the gas industry should be a part of this plan. Like it or not, we have to deal with it as a township community. I've sat down here for the past 5 years attending hundreds of meetings, and I've seen the worst of people, I've seen the best of people. So I think I can bring some common sense to actually sit down, work with people, figure out what would be best for the township in terms of that industry. I'm not saying the industry is going to grow in this township. I have no personal vested interest. I have no leases or anything like that. But I think with good common sense, we can all sit down and figure out a plan for that. I think it's vital to this community that we're going to have to deal with it, like it or not. So by putting some people on the committee that are open to ideas and not wanting to fight with everybody because you're Republican or Democrat or pro-drilling, anti-drilling, however you may want to see it or say it. I think we just need to sit down and plan for that industry amongst the other great ideas everybody else has to grow and really work together and figure something out. And that, I have to apologize, I have to leave. My son is at a playoff middle school game at 9 o'clock, and I cannot miss that. So, supervisors, I thank you. Please, if you would accept me, I would love to be on this plan.
thank you for showing up.
Good evening. At work, I think. How do you make it work?
It's working, talking to you directly.
Like this?
Closer.
A little closer.
It's going to be in my mouth. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm Elizabeth Cowden. I was born and raised in Cecil Township. And just during my school years, I was in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, and then on to college, Connecticut College for Women. Graduated. And guess what? I came back to Cecil Township. And time passed, and then my husband and I were married, and this is where I wanted to live permanently. And he did too, although I don't think he liked my ideas about the house that we live in. He spent his time figuring out how many bills are paid he could get into it to forget the house. And my father had said that I had to light a match to it and he'd build me a new house, but I didn't want a new house. I wanted the old house, and I restored